Hey guys, here. Today I want to rank all the NFL 20 draft rookies here in Madden. So the Ultimate Team cards were dropped, and if you kind of want to look forward to next year, basically you knock 20 to 25 points off of them to get basically their stats for next year. I mean, that's kind of rough. Obviously, there's going to be variations, but here's kind of what Madden thinks they are. There's some interesting choices on positions. I know there was some debate about Isaiah Simmons and stuff. But that's not kind of what we're going to get into. Let's go ahead and rank each card. I'll say a few things about each card, but generally these videos kind of take a while. I'm going to try to go through them quick. So basically I have all of the players in game here. So let's go ahead and rank them. My last ranked player is the last player that was drafted in the first round. So Edwards-Helaire here, 91 speed at running back, and you know these guys can't get physical chem, so they can't boost the speed. Obviously, theme teams can boost the speed by 2. John Madden coach it's boosted by 1, so +3 speed is the max you can really get on him. So Clyde here, that's not great for a running back. Obviously, his size and compared to all the other cards right now at the running back position, this is super average because we have guys like Barry Sanders in game. Bo Jackson dominates. Dickerson is literally still a glitch, at least for 5 runs. Until his X Factor runs out, then he's just a very good back. Still better than this Clyde. So this card is sadly a little slow for me. Decent agility on him going side to side, but, you know, can't get human joystick, so he's not, you know, Barry Sanders or Bo Jackson out there with the human joystick glitch. Really, it is super nice. But anyways, he is my number 32 ranked player, which, yeah, you know, kind of lines up, right? You know, 32 for 32. So, but he should be pretty nasty for the Chiefs next year. All right, number 31, and a lot of this does come down to, some of this will come down to position and like what positions are ranked well and how well they're ranked against their players against them. I'll have some gameplay of the full theme team of every single one of these cards here coming out tomorrow. But Becton, right tackle with a pass block finesse of 87, which means finesse rushers, which are now high 90s on their pass rush finesse, are going to eat this guy's lunch. And I don't like my tackle getting eaten. Now, a lot of people do run D-line abilities, so almost all offensive linemen will get eaten. But those who don't, this guy's going to get destroyed on the pass block. Run blocking's pretty good, so maybe for a run block scheme, you could have him a little higher. I don't really run the ball much. I'm more of a passer. I'm in trips tight end right now. And a couple other trips type formations. But he's number 31 for me at right tackle. Number 30 will be Damon Arnett. So, Mr. Damon Arnett, as I scroll to the next page, why don't I like him? It's another issue with speed. And some people thought maybe the Raiders reached a little, whatever. We're not going to talk about real life issues in draft. You guys could talk about it in the comments, right? How do you feel like your first round draft pick was? But 93 speed right now for a cornerback. You can't really play too flexible with him. Like obviously you can play off the line of scrimmage, play a deep zone with him, could play flat routes with him, that kind of stuff. But when you kind of try and press or do anything kind of like more advanced, man coverage is kind of going to get beaten by a lot of cards. So him having 88 is not going to help him either. But basically the worst of the cornerbacks in my opinion, due to due to that speed. Another one right after that, Jeff Gladney. Is right there too. So these two are bottom 2. Might as well stay here and go with the other guy I have down there. 2, I have Becton also at right tackle due to the pass block finesse issues. Wow, him and Wilson both have 87, 86 pass block finesse. Very similar cards here, right? Becton, Isaiah Wilson. Both of them basically the same card. I could have bet the same evaluation for both cards. Both of them, I hate them all. Right? So we're going to go Arnett, Becton. I'm going to weave them in. There's really no difference. Becton just slightly better than Wilson, but all 4 of these cards were cards that I'd avoid outside of theme teams that you need them specifically for. So basically all of them have similar value. Like this one I think is the worst, and all these 4 have like similar value and kind of like eh. And then I'm going to go back to cornerback. And we're going to go with Noah. Somebody else you saw, right here, with 94 speed. Now, one speed better, man coverage 92, zone coverage 88. And like when you get 88, you can kind of chem that up. which doesn't mean it's a problem. Like I said, man coverage will still get burned really no matter what your rating is, depending on the route run, as long as if you don't have abilities on him. Obviously, you can ability them and make them superstars because abilities matter a lot more than stats this year, but we all know that. Press 96 is nice. But yeah, the lack of top end speed, so you can't really play a lot of press coverage anyways with him. If you have him trying to cover deep, is kind of a limitation to defense. And I hate players that limit your defense. And there's going to be a lot of those here. And because they don't have the physical chems to boost up their speed to kind of compete with the top end cards right now. So that's why Noah is 27 for me. Number 26, Javon Kinlaw. Now, I know there's a lot of new names for me to learn. And that's going to be on me to learn them. But Kinlaw. All right, so defensive tackle with 92 block shed. Really, when you want a guy in the middle, you want somebody that's going to kind of get up the block. Block shed matters a lot. It matters a lot more than strength. Matters a lot more than weight. Not that those are absolutely meaningless. They just don't mean as much as they should in game, right? I want weight to matter more in Madden. I want strength to matter more in Madden. They just don't matter that much. So, 92 block shed. Sadly, for a defensive tackle, that's going to be in the middle of your defense. 324 is okay, but it's not going to really do you a whole lot of good there versus, like, you know, he will have 94 power moves, but most quarterbacks that people run will be able to run away from 73 speed. So he's not flexible. He isn't like, mid to high 80s, which some defensive linemen, some ends that you put at D tackle to play spy. So he can't really play a spy for you either very well. And then once he does break through, it's going to be a long ways to the quarterback because they'll feel that pressure and just run. Because that's Madden. Mobile quarterbacks. All right, going back to the other side of the ball, another grinder, Cesar Ruiz. Now, a lot of people question this pick for the Saints, but, you know, the more linebackers, linemen, the merrier, right? IRL linemen matter. In Madden, they don't really. So kind of like low 90s skills. Nothing too impressive here for center. But if you need a center, he's there for you, right? He's just there. All right, now we're going to start to get, I think I'm going to get a battery thrown at me. Maybe not this pick, but like a lot of these picks here, skill positions. People really want to defend their skill position players. But sadly, CeeDee Lamb, even though he's a great pick IRL, I think from where he was drafted, they kind of shafted his speed a little bit with 93 there. Like I talked about, 93 is a little bit behind the meta at the moment when I talked about cornerbacks. So wide receiver, the same thing. Lucky with wide receivers, you can kind of do a few different things. 93 speed isn't like the death of the card because you don't have to keep up with anything like you do DBs, but it's not good, right? If I would have put him at 31, I wouldn't have blinked either. So 93 speed, good, but not phenomenal, right? He won't run away from a lot of the cards that you're gonna face right now because everybody's kind of got end game corners with 99 speed. Right after him is Brandon Ayuk. He's got I actually don't know how to say his name. I gotta work on that for the Niners. Good pick for them. They needed some wide receiver help, but we're not talking about that in this video. Speed 94, just one speed faster, which is why he's one spot ahead of Brandon right behind him. Sorry, right ahead of CeeDee Lamb. I was looking at a different highlight. Brandon's one ahead of CeeDee Lamb. Medium route running, deep route running. Now, a lot of people have Coach Madden, which boosts those +1, so he does get up to 90 for the threshold. So he's fine there. So a very cromulent wide receiver, just like Lamb is very cromulent. There are no great run blocking wide receivers from what I saw. Right above them is Jalen Reagor. Shit. Man, I suck at this. 95 speed. So we're starting to get up to wide receivers. Reagor's number 22 on my board. He was a number 21 pick by the Eagles. 95 speed with the medium route running. See, I was thinking about rating him a little lower because medium route running is very hard to get to that threshold without obviously doing the chem boost to get that up to 90. But I don't really know a lot of medium route running. I know deep route running matters for a lot of stuff, but I don't exactly know a lot of routes that rely on medium route running on the route tree that some people use. Like deep ins is deep route running. Wheel routes is deep route running. Medium route running, I'm going to have to know. Maybe potentially post patterns, but if you're running posts, you're going to have like the ability, the post specialist ability, post flag elite on him for the best posts, which you will modify. So once you have that ability, you basically have god tier route running on posts anyways. So medium route running is a little weird, but for 95 speed, drags, streaks, it's good, not great. So he is 22 for me. 21. So let's go back to here, right? Let's fill in our list. 23. All right, we got Lamb. We got to go Brandon here. We got to go Jalen. Oh, did I do the right one? Jalen there. So I got 3 wide receivers in a row, and I'm going to interrupt them, right? And we are going to go with a very controversial pick. This one was great. Jordan Love. I've given my thoughts about Jordan Love and the strategy around. I'm not going to get into it here because that's not what this video is about. But if you join the Twitch stream, we talked about Jordan Love and the strategy of rookie quarterback contracts, being how teams are winning and getting to Super Bowls now with, Mahomes and before outside of Tom Brady's, of course. Where'd he go? They're getting into like those cheap contracts, right? For rookie quarterbacks, you're kind of blowing that whole thing because you're going to have Aaron Rodgers on your roster too. So even though he's probably talented, he might be the next Hall of Famer and it might work out for them. They're going to be paying market value for him. But again, I don't want to get too much into the strategy around drafting quarterbacks. But if they got their guy, I guess, trade it up for him. This card is an issue, right? The issue is a strong arm archetype. With him not being a 99 overall, he doesn't get Hot Route Master. So he doesn't get escape route. He doesn't get the 2 most powerful things for quarterbacks in the game, even though he's got a hell of an arm. I don't like it. Jordan Love, that's why you're right there for me. And right above him is the other strong arm archetype quarterback, Herbert. Both these cards, good stats, doomed because they got the wrong archetype. So maybe they'll change up archetypes next year. Tua is the number 1 out of these 3 quarterbacks, the quarterbacks that were drafted. Let's say non-escape artist quarterbacks, because escape artist is the most powerful ability of the game for quarterbacks, and maybe even the most powerful ability, period, full stop. Because all 3 of these don't get it, whereas, these 3 and Tua don't get it, but Tua gets Hot Route Master because he has over 90 awareness as a field general archetype. So Hot Route Master is very good too. And he's, if you can get beyond the line of scrimmage, 86 speed is not nothing, plus 96 throw power. So that's why Tua is right there. I know some people, if you like pocket passers, and pocket passers in this game are not good, right? Pocket passers in Madden have never been the meta. But I feel that ranking him number 19 is still very generous for these quarterbacks, but I did it because I don't give a damn about nothing. So some people actually swear by those quarterbacks, so I did boost a little bit because some people are in love with pocket quarterbacks. Justin Jefferson is my number 18. We're back on the wide receiver bandwagon. 94 speed, so a little bit slower than I think. What is Jalen was 95? You're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Well, I took a couple points off because that 86 medium route running. That's why Justin Jefferson got pushed up. And then you'd be like, wait. Where'd he go? Who do I have at 94 speed? Wait, who's the other one? AX 94 speed. True. But we have a little issue here, right? Let me compare the two, actually. Jefferson versus, come on. There we go. So, when you're looking at them, right, you're like, oh, Brandon Ayuk, maybe better than Justin Jefferson. Let's take a look at it. Route running, about the same. Deep route running could be boosted up with the, everybody uses go deep, or you should be using go deep for the extra throw power and deep route running, and then John Madden brings them up to 90. So all these things will be on 90 on each of these coaches if you have your John Madden done. If you don't, then maybe you think differently. But receiving stats, blocking, it's kind of slightly going towards Jefferson. But man, looking back on it, maybe I made a mistake not putting Ayuk just one spot ahead of Jefferson here. Because now that I really look into it, maybe I would take Ayuk over Jefferson. Like, you can see this catching traffic, spec catch, both pretty mean. Oh, there. Release. Release. I was literally racking my brain why I had Justin Jefferson ahead of him. Release at 90 is a threshold for getting good releases off the line of scrimmage against press coverage, press man. You could basically get one-play touchdowns by using old school fades. So, Ayuk at 85, even though he has a lot of other things, man, yeah, I was really like, what the fuck did I do? Okay, sorry. I shouldn't swear. This is a good Christian YouTube channel. But 90 release is kind of a difference maker right there. Justin Jefferson has it. And it's almost impossible to get Rager's up to 90. So Justin Jefferson, that's why he's there above Rager, even though they're the same speed. Number 17 is Mr. Jerry Jeudy. I know they did him a little dirty on the catch and traffic stuff, but, you know, how much does catch and traffic actually matter? They still drop the ball. I mean, obviously 70 catch and traffic is going to suck, and 99 is going to be great versus each other. But when you get down to, like, very minute differences, catch and traffic isn't nearly as important as, like, say, speed or other physical attributes. But Jerry Jeudy here is my highest ranked wide receiver. Well, no, sorry. Second highest ranked wide receiver in the draft. He has 95 speed with all the route running stuff. Pretty good all around the ball. Run block, like I said, all of them are pretty bad at run block. Release is actually at 81 now that I look back at it. And I'm like, well, 95 speed's kind of nice. Shoot. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Jeudy played well for me, but because I did play games with these cards, and Jeudy caught some pretty nice passes for me. But now that I look at release, maybe I throw him below Jefferson because he can get press manned pretty easily. Although you only see press man 1 every 10 games, it's still 10% of the time, it feels like. That's a tough one. I think all the receivers, you can honestly make an argument for every single one. Fuck! I just showed the entire freaking list. Let's go through. Yeah, so I don't know. All these, like, right through here, I feel like all these cards have basically equal value. Probably up through 13, I would say, are very equal value in my mind. 13 through 24. You can make an argument for every single one of them. So, yeah, go ahead, shoot holes through my ranking list in the middle here. But basically, the top 3, and then the next 10, and then the next 11, and then the bottom few, once Ruiz and down. All I feel like are similar levels of power. So it's kind of minutia deciding between them. Number 16, I have Austin Jackson. You know what? I'm just gonna lay them all out. Austin, you guys kind of saw the list already. I could say something, but I hate fucking up videos. And then so like all the way through 13. Nah, maybe through. I like Brooks and Terrell a little bit. So let's talk about Jackson, Brown, Brooks, Terrell. Jackson, Brown, Brooks, Terrell. All right. Scroll. Wait, who did I say? Jackson, Brooks. Brooks I like because he's fast and a linebacker. Rare. Brown is 95 block shed, which is awesome. Jackson, Brown, Brooks. Who is it? Austin Jackson, Brown, Brooks, Terrell. Jackson, left tackle. Decent run block. Good pass blocker, too. So I like Jackson right there. And then, whatever. I'm already kind of off beat here. Let's just move past it. I like Terrell a lot because of... Did I lose him? There he is. 96 speed, right? Then you throw to get his zone coverage up plus over 90. You go with the lockdown coverage. I like this card a lot, AJ Terrell. I could argue that he should be higher in the list, and I would definitely agree with your argument. Agility is a little bit low for my take or taste on him because agility means how fast you can go back and forth or change direction. It also matters for man coverage to keep up. So he's got 95 man with lower agility. Does not shift as well as you'd like to see it. So those are those 4. All right, now we're kind of getting into more of like the top tier cards. And this one is very nice because he's flexible. Kayvon Kayson. So he's... is that how you say it? What's nice about this card is he's versatile. 91 speed is up there in that more rarefied air for linebackers. So you could use him at 6'3" with that speed, or he could be your edge rusher. He's a great QB spy too. So the absolute flexibility to basically play so many different roles on your defense is why I like this Kayvon Kayson. And you could argue you could be higher for that. But there's a lot of competition high on this list. All right. Number 11, though, is Jedrick Wills. And I almost feel like because of the positions, I feel like maybe I should have Kayvon up there. I just feel like there might be a little bit more competition at left tackle than I'm really saying, but I mean this is a very solid left tackle. Basically, you could argue all these left tackles are end game, even though they have 99 overalls. Basically, you plug them and they're fine because they'll play the same exact as a 99 overall. That's why I kind of have them up here, even though I don't believe in it. Willis and then Andrew Thomas right above it. So 99 run block on him is really nice too. Andrew Thomas is my number 10. But like I said, offensive line is very weird. So I felt strange putting him so high on the list. But I don't know. I still did it because I like their stats, even though maybe his run block's a little bit lower. Better for a pass protecting team. But yeah, this one, Andrew Thomas is the best one overall of the linemen. So there you go, Andrew Thomas and Jedrick. Wait. I fucked up. Number 12, I forgot to put Clavon. Number 10 is Thomas. All right, number 9. Oh, no, he's not. Sorry, Thomas isn't my number 1 lineman. I got one more to go. Weird. All right, number 10. C.J. Henderson. All right, another one with high speed, 96 speed, but this one has 96 agility, right? So going from 91 to 96 is a big up. His man coverage, zone coverage, both over 90. Press 92, which is over the threshold, also of 90. So C.J. Henderson, great corner. Just wish he had a couple more speed, or he could put physical chems on the card, because then he'd be end game. And without the end gameness, and I don't know. Without the end gameness, it's tough to recommend him, but he will play pretty well for you as long as you don't like press and expect him not to be like you over the top with Randy Moss. Tristan Wirfs, the only reason he's kind of here, he's a right tackle with like good left tackle stats, pass block power, maybe a little low for your taste, but there's fewer choices at right than left, but I still put Wirfs there. But I hate myself for doing it. Fucking offensive lineman. If I were to, oh, I hit the wrong button again. If I were to maybe after thinking about it, maybe move Wirfs and Thomas, move all the offensive linemen down below, maybe Terrell. Maybe at least below Clavon. I'd put him maybe at like 10, 11, 12, and move Clavon and C.J. Henderson up to 8 and 9. Because I do believe they have some value there. And they're better than a lot of other guys that don't really stand out, that aren't really like super meta at their positions, because they are meta at their positions. It's just their positions aren't as valuable. So there you go. Number 7 is maybe upsetting a few people, but Okuda. He's basically a very similar to Henderson type of card. So Okuda Matata is a wonderful phrase. He's again a 96 with 95 agility, 97 acceleration. Press is a little higher, but once you get over 90, you're pretty solid there. Chem him up, go ahead, do what you want with him. But Okuda, very similar to CJ. I just like him slightly better because I say so. But basically, you could switch them, and I wouldn't have a problem with either of those rankings, Okuda and Henderson. So there you go. Next up on the list is Mr. Patrick Queen. So, Patrick Queen. Middle linebacker, drafted. I was thinking maybe when Green Bay traded back, instead of Love, I thought they were going to take Queen. But kind of more of a versatile player. Pretty fast, 93 speed is kind of rarefied air. Oops, am I doing this right for? 93 speed on Queen. Speed McQueen. Zone coverage is 81, so actually solid on his own. But, obviously he's not going to react that well. Won't jump because he's a linebacker. But a pretty decent user, pretty decent on his own. Overall flexible card, which is why I'm at number 6 on the list, is I keep hitting that button instead of doing the right thing. Kenneth Murray Jr. is number 5 for me because he's taller. Like, he's basically Queen, but 3 inches taller. He cannot play zone on his own, though. 65 zone means he's not going to react until the ball gets to the wide receiver, but a Queen will react to the ball when it's about halfway there at 81 zone. So he reacts a little bit better to the ball in the air, but the ball goes so quick at linebacker depth that the reaction isn't that big. It's about like maybe a step, but a step can sometimes matter. So Kenneth Murray, better user because of the height, right? And that's really kind of what I was looking at between the two of them. Both can move the field pretty well. 96 acceleration, 93 agility is great for a user. Great. So watch me use him in the gameplay tomorrow. All right, next up on the ranking, number 4. This becomes our escape artist quarterback. Most all escape artist quarterbacks are the same. Joe Burrow, he is in that gameplay tomorrow. It's just an average release, right? Almost every single quarterback in the game has the same release time, as EA confirmed it. Throw power 93 isn't the glitchiest. Obviously not as strong as like the strong arm quarterbacks, but he's accurate, threw on the run, He gets good, he has a great archetype, and he gets good abilities on him, as most everybody runs abilities on the quarterbacks nowadays, outside of the diehard runners. But anyways, he's my number 4, but he plays pretty well there for you. Henry Ruggs is basically a meta wide receiver because he's 98 speed, basically 99 with your John Madden chem. You can argue about the medium route running, but again, John Madden chem brings that up to 90, so he hits that threshold. 88 catching traffic. I don't know. I haven't really seen catching traffic do a lot this year, but I hope they do bring stats and make it matter more next year. Release is 83, so you got to watch that, but that's what we look for on wide receivers. Number 1, physical, speed, get down the field, destroy. All right, next up. So who is it? Number 1 or number 2? Chase Young, Isaiah Simmons. It's going to be Chase Young for me at number 2, and that means Isaiah Simmons is number 1. We'll get to Isaiah in a second. Chase Young. There you are. Left end, 88 speed, so pretty good speed for a left end. More of a 4-3 defensive end, 96 finesse move, 93 block shed. I played Chase Young, so I was playing as the offense, and my opponent, with no chemistries on Chase Young, rushed 3 every play, and he would just destroy my left tackle. And he had 4 sacks that game. It's not like I was sitting in the pocket that long either. 3.5, 4 seconds. 3 guys rushing against 5, rushing against 6. Still 3.5 to 4 seconds. Absolutely dominating. That's phenomenal pass rush pressure rushing 3. 3.5 to 4 seconds is literally god tier because you can they're dropping 8 into coverage. Okay? And he's still causing havoc. So, this Chase Young played very good for my opponent. Played pretty well for me. I threw some abilities on him. He got some glitchy sacks for me. But he is a defensive end, and he can be cut and then roll out corners. So that does weak because this game is fucking terrible with roll out corners, and cutting defensive ends consistently is just glitchy. So while he has good stats, while he plays well against a player that plays it normally, he's still going to get sucked in by the suck of Madden, but you can say that about every single card. One card that isn't is Isaiah Simmons. So let's go take a look at his stats. Isaiah Simmons, my number 1, behind Taiwan, of course, card in the game. 95 speed. Let me do it right here. 95 speed. Acceleration 95. Block shit is not the greatest, but basically what you're looking for is 6'4", 95 speed, right? This guy is going to be the meta in Madden for the next 20 years. As long as he's in the game, this is phenomenal. He's basically the new Anthony Barr. 1 inch shorter, right? Barr is 6'5" in game. 96 hit power, so he has huge hits, huge speed, tall, agile. Look out for this guy. And he's got 90 zone. And you leave him by his zone, he's got the top zone threshold. Fucking A, mate. GG, Isaiah. Welcome to Madden. You are going to become a legend. We are literally witnessing the birth of a legend, a Madden legend, in our eyes. This card. So, Isaiah Simmons and all the rookies, good luck on your chase. I can make this bigger. That's what she said. So you can look all of them down the lineup. But there you go, 1 to 32 for how I rank him. Like I said, a lot of these cards near the middle are very interchangeable, and I wouldn't mind with you guys arguing with any of these choices. So let me know what you guys think on my draft rankings for the cards for Madden Ultimate Team and Madden itself. But thanks for watching Call to Action. See you tomorrow.